Hi, my name is lynndjung, and yes, I am filming on my phone. There's some issues with my camera that I cannot be bothered to figure out right now, but hello, welcome back to the channel. As per the title, I'm going to be trying out Ursula K. Le Guin's writing schedule for the next 3 days. So I just did this last month with Donna Tartt's writing routine, which was a fun little experiment, although it was also kind of a flop. Honestly, I should have figured out a more concrete schedule beforehand. I just kept it kind of loosey-goosey, and then I ended up having like a mid-book crisis and re-outlining all of mods, and that was super fun for me. But hopefully this will go a little bit better because I have that outline now. I just have some writing to do. This one is nice because it's actually broken down in a sort of like hourly schedule, so it is a proper schedule. It has been referred to by random people on the internet with no authority as the ideal writing routine, and I have a book to finish, so you know, hopefully Miss Le Guin is gonna come through for me. According to Ursula K. Le Guin herself, however, this definitely was not her everyday routine because that would be insane. It's more of an ideal to strive for. So let's see if I can make it for the next 3 days. I'm just gonna break down her schedule real quick. So to start out her day, Ursula K. Le Guin would wake up at 5:30 a.m. and lie there and think. Then at 6:15 a.m. she would get up and eat breakfast, and lots is in parentheses here for some reason. At 7:15 a.m. she would get to work writing. At noon would be lunch. From 1 o'clock to 3 p.m. would be reading and music. From 3 o'clock to 5 p.m. would be correspondence, maybe house cleaning. And from 5 o'clock to 8 p.m. she would make dinner and eat it. Which feels like a really long time to make dinner, but that is fine. After 8 p.m., she says that she tended to be very stupid, and we won't talk about this. Okay, so that's the schedule. That's what I'm going to be doing for the next 3 days. It's currently Thursday, August 17th, and let's go ahead and get started. Good morning. My alarm went off, or didn't go off, for 5:30, and when I looked, it said I was just supposed to lie there and think. So it's no big deal. Oh my god. It's a little bit past 6:15, so I'm going to get ready for the day and eat breakfast. So, chatting a little bit about what I'm going to be working on today. I'm going to try to split my time between moths and this other project that I have an upcoming deadline for in early September. It's for an application of some sort. That's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to jinx myself. But yeah, so application projects honestly are gonna be priority for today because I don't have to write that much more for it. And then moths, apparently I'm supposed to start my day with a big breakfast. It's so early that I don't even have like lighting, so this is just gonna be super blurry and shit. How are my parents up right now? Oh my god. Okay, so breakfast time or something. We'll start writing at 7:15. See how that goes. Okay. Hello, it is currently like 8:30, I think. I've been doing this for a little bit over an hour. My brain has started to sort of like give out though, because I am very, very tired, which is weird because I went to bed early and I'm a morning person, and I just think like 5:36 is a little too early for me, but you know, we'll get used to it. That's why I'm doing this for 3 days, so I can adjust to that schedule. So I am going to sort of like supplement my awakeness and allow myself to write a little bit more. I'm going to make myself something a little stronger than just green tea. Yeah, I do just need a little break. I was kind of going at it hard for like 30 minutes and added like a couple more pages to the excerpt I'm working on, which is not mods and not anything else that I've talked about. It's a completely new project that I came up with on the train going to Chicago last week. It's very different from what I usually write, and the reason that I have picked a new project to work on at least like just a little bit, like I really just want to get this to 15 pages, is for the applications I'm doing. I just need something that's a little bit more literary leaning, I feel like, than the usual very genre stuff that I write. So I'm doing that. It is an interesting experiment. I don't think I'm a great literary fiction writer. I think I can accomplish a literary leaning voice if I try really hard, but it's like really draining, which is why mods has taken as long as it's taken, but it's a good experiment for me. I honestly don't think I'll get into either of these places that I'm applying for, but I want to put myself out there and try. And one of the big things for me this past year and going into next year has been like pushing myself more with my writing, and that's why I've expanded outside of young adult and why I left my agent and why I'm really trying to think about like what kind of stories I want to write and what my voice is, because I think it's somewhere in that weird gray area between like literary and genre, but I also want to write a wide variety of things. Like obviously I have a rom-com that I want to write after Moths, and a science fantasy. And I want to have that range, and I think I have to explore within that range and sort of see what limits I have and what I'm interested in. I don't know, it's like a whole thing. It's a grand experiment. This is very slowly sliding down. So this is part of that experiment. I think one thing that's really helped me facilitate my exploration of my art or whatever has been writing short fiction. So kind of putting the principles and the stylistic choices that I've been using in short fiction into this book is like my aim, because my short fiction definitely, I mean, I hope and try to make it lean a little bit more literary than my novel length prose. It feels like I've learned a lot in the past couple months even, and I'm now like applying every lesson into this book. But the thing is, it's a book that I would want to read, the project that I've been working on this morning, but I don't know if it's a book that I necessarily want to write. I'm trying to find that little piece of it that really grabs me. Usually this is like a thematic element or some sort of like character or relationship, something that just really makes me go, yes, I want to tell this story and I have something to say about this. And I haven't found it yet. All the characters are very much outside of my personal age range and experience range. So it's like much older woman, like a grandmother age woman, and then like a 30-year-old, and then a child. Those are the three main characters. They're not anywhere close to me. I have not experienced motherhood other than Monty, which I don't think is the same thing. I don't know, I have like a slight suspicion that that's not the same thing as actually being a mom. But I am interested in this setting. I've been setting a lot of stuff in California lately, especially really remote parts, because I got to see a lot of the really remote parts that I had never seen before in my life this past spring with my field job. I don't know, a lot of those like places we visited and that I stayed in over the months really just got to me. I don't know, like they just like burrowed deep in my soul. Anyway, that was a long ramble. I think things are going pretty good. I'm sorry, I look ridiculous. I look worse now, actually. Things are going pretty good, all things considered, with the writing stuff. I do want to switch gears into Moths at some point. I look like just crazy right now. Oh my god, I need that coffee. I need that coffee so bad. Y'all have no idea. I definitely miss Moths. I haven't worked on it in so freaking long, and I want to sort of revisit what I'd written recently, which honestly isn't that much. I've hit a huge roadblock with it again. This is so ridiculous. I have a video that will be out by the time this video is out for sure about the ASLEEEEP, where I talked about dark academia and the role that like institutions or the institution should play in these stories, and I realized that I haven't examined like academic institutions in Moths as deeply as I'd like to, so I'd like to find a way to incorporate that. I don't want to do it in too big of a way because honestly that's not a focus of the story. It's just so much closer on a character level and so character focused. I don't know how to even describe this without saying anything, but there is an element of the character's backstory, the main character's backstory, that could have more like institutional issues incorporated into it. Honestly, I think the main problem is that I personally haven't experienced grad school. I'm talking out of my ass. I've been considering the world building of this story a lot more lately, and I've been developing that, and with that comes more development of the school they're at and the institution and the issues inherent to it, so hopefully some of that like bleeds through. Again, I don't want to like shoehorn it in where it doesn't belong, but I think it is important to like acknowledge it and have that be a factor in the story, because honestly, like, what is the point of dark academia if you're not writing about the darkness inherent to academia? I'm like quoting myself here. Okay, so food, coffee, definitely coffee. Coffee first actually, then food, then we're gonna write again for a little bit until 12. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm still working on my application. I just have to do the excerpt. I answered all the questions, but I just wanted to like take a break. These writing routine vlogs always end up being some sort of emotional journey for me. I don't know why. I had my first move-related stress dream last night. It involved packing. I don't think I've even mentioned this, but I am moving to Southeast Asia for 6 months in like a month. Like I'm literally leaving a month from now. And it's like, I've lived abroad before. I will be fine. I have a support network. I have a program that's like helping me out, but it's still so like surreal. I just got my placement and I saw pictures of my apartment that I'll be living in, and I ordered the backpack that I'm going to be hauling around with everything that I'm going to live off of for the most part for the next 6 months, and it's so strange and weird. I'm not nervous so much as like, well, I am nervous, but it's also that feeling of like, oh, that's so weird. I'm doing this again. I did this last year around the same time actually, but not for as long of a period of time. I feel like my life is so different from how I pictured it when I signed up for this program, and I'm very excited, but also just like, it's weird, it's real. I'm gonna be moving. There's gonna be a lot of travel content again. I know that my videos that are travel related don't do that well, but I don't care. I like to make them. But yeah, anyway, just had to get that off my chest, and now I'm going to go back to writing. Do you guys ever just like put on makeup because you have nothing better to do? Well, you have something better to do, but you're procrastinating on that, and also you just kind of want to feel good about yourself. Anyway, hi, it's almost 12 o'clock, which means it's almost time for me to finish writing for the day. I just want to go over really quickly before I hit lunch the sort of projects and things I have on my to-do list for the next couple days, because I've finalized that. I just have a lot of stuff to get through. The main thing that I would like to complete, that's sort of a smaller task, is basically that excerpt I was talking about, and I want to submit those 2 applications by the end of the week. I think that'd be really great. And I kind of think that if I sort of fudge the rules a little bit and work around the schedule, I can probably get my materials completed by the end of today, because I'm very, very close. I just had the synopsis for that project looked over. It's not really a synopsis, it's just more of a summary of my goals for this like incomplete project, because it's an incomplete synopsis because I'm very much pantsing it. Yeah, that just needs a little bit more tweaking. I think it sums up the project relatively well. There's just some like little things that I need to do to make it strong and clear. And then after those 2 applications are done, I want to look over the editorial feedback I got from Kelly on a short story that I wrote a while ago. And then I had Chris look over last week, and then I edited based on Chris's feedback, and now I'm going to look at it with Kelly's feedback. This short story is a weird one because I don't really know where I'm gonna submit it. I have a couple ideas, but nothing that feels very concrete, because this is definitely sort of a weirder one. It's quite political. It has a lot of really specific commentary on like growing up Asian American and the expectations, and it's sort of no holds barred in a way that I feel like will not really vibe with some people. She's getting a little controversial, but I do like this story, and I think it's just gotten stronger and stronger with Chris and Kelly's feedback, or Chris's feedback and now Kelly's feedback in the future. Just looking at Kelly's feedback and then making edits based off of that, that should be pretty quick, and I can do that in the next couple days. And then after that, I have one more task. I've been typing up the chapter by chapter synopsis for mods, which I had written down here. It's like, synopsis is not the right word, but outline, just outlining every chapter. I was going to show that to Kelly, and it's been taking a really long time because I've sort of been tweaking the story structure as I've been going, which is annoying, but I think all the little changes I've made have been helpful. So I want to finish that outline and send it to Kelly at some point, and then I can work on mods. I miss her, but I want to get these like little tasks out of the way so they're done, because I don't want to waste any more time on them. So it's 11:30. I'm going to keep working on, I think, this synopsis and like application stuff, and then we're gonna go eat lunch and do the rest of the day. Ciao for now. It's 3:15. I fell asleep for 2 hours. But you know what? I'm awake now. I don't even remember what's on the rest of the agenda for today. Let me check. Right, so I'm supposed to be working on correspondence, maybe house cleaning. Yeah, I'll probably tidy up. So I'll tidy up and respond to some Patreon stuff. I have a Patreon page now, by the way, and the lowest tier starts at $1, and I'm just like talking about writing and putting up polls for different videos. It's really casual, but it's super cheap. If you feel like supporting the channel, go ahead and check it out. Yeah, so I did read a little bit before I completely knocked out. My first mistake was lying in bed. My second mistake was waking up at 5:30. And then at 5, it'll be time to prep dinner, and I'll probably edit my video because there's a 3-hour span for dinner. And then at 8, I'm free to do what I want and be very stupid. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Probably go to bed. Okay, so that's the update. I will catch up with you guys in a bit. And we're back. It's Saturday, it's around 7, so I'm supposed to start writing at 7:15 according to the schedule. My hair, I honestly should have washed it yesterday, but I was so tired I couldn't even think about like drying it. So it's in braids. Don't look. I know I keep drawing attention to it. Don't look. So yesterday I was able to cross 2 things off my to-do list, and now we're going to tackle the rest of it. I think the main thing that I want to be working on today are the pages, which I just have to write like 10 more. And then from there, I definitely want to do my outline for moths that I was going to send to Kelly. And then I want to look over my short story notes, not necessarily in that order. I think I'm going to start with the actual writing and then see where I go to from there. Today feels like a good day. I might go outside for parts of it. I just need the sun on me. We're finally starting to get to that time of year, at least in California, where it's like a little bit nippy in the air when I wake up. But yeah, I've got my matcha, I've got my water and some grapes for breakfast, and we're gonna write. I look tired. I wonder why. Here's a little demon who's been attacking my head literally all morning. So it's almost 10. It is 10. So now we're getting into things. I, for some reason, just got hit by like a wave of inspiration for moths. I was reading Immortal Longings, and for some reason I was just like, I want to write my book all of a sudden. So I'm finishing that outline. I'm actually on the last act of the outline, and then I guess I'll write my book. I really do want to send this outline to Kelly and maybe a couple other people today, just to get it off my chest. And I think I will be able to finish it in the next like hour or so. Just gonna look over everything for clarity. It's always like so humbling to type out your outline because you're seeing all the like plot threads that you drop in the holes, and I'd already had this one written out, but as I said, there were like changes and stuff. I can feel, I think you have evil intent. But yeah, so that's really exciting to be able to get that done. I've kind of been all over the place with this one, but you know, it's nice to have this like 5-hour chunk of time to write and stuff and just kind of do whatever. And as long as I'm getting things done, I'm not too worried about the order I get things done in or like deadlines or anything like that. So yeah, and then after that, I'm gonna try to stay awake for the reading part of the day. I do feel more awake, like my sleep schedule's definitely sort of shifted, so I think I can skip the nap today. Fingers crossed. I have a couple of things that I'd like to read, so that'll be exciting. I feel like all my clips for this one are gonna be like really messed up because I've mostly been filming on my phone, because honestly, I have been having problems with my camera lately, and I just can't be bothered sometimes. So sorry that this one is slightly uglier than usual. I think also with these schedule ones, it's hard to find the time to film like pretty b-roll or like set up a nice composition, so they're just kind of on the grungier side. But you know what? It's real, it's authentic. And that's pretty much my update for the day. I'm gonna eat something real quick and keep writing. Ciao for now. I don't want to work. I don't want to work anymore. I finished my outline. Haven't sent it yet, but that's done. Thank God. I can't tell if this angle's artsy or if it's just like weird. Yeah, so I did finish one task for today, and I'm gonna take a look at the rest of my to-do list because I'm so fried that I don't really know what's on there. I'm also really hungry. I struggle so much with breakfasts. I've yet to figure out what a good consistent breakfast for me is, other than like a little bit of fruit. So I haven't really had breakfast these past few days. I am thinking of just having like kerambap, so egg with rice for lunch again, but I kind of also want something different. I don't know, maybe tomorrow I'll treat myself to something nice for lunch or dinner. I honestly shouldn't be eating out, but maybe I'll make myself something. Okay, but outline's done. That's my update. That is my update for the day. All right, ciao for now. I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Hi, it's 7. So we're wrapping up the second day, Saturday, August 19th. Honestly, I feel like I have not been that productive with writing today. I was able to finish my outline for moths and send that to Kelly, and I don't know, I've just been like looking into hurricane stuff because a hurricane's about to frickin' hit California, and doing my travel itinerary for my upcoming trip, and not really writing, but I feel like it's been a good day for work. I got some yoga done, that was nice. I'm about ready to wrap it up for the day and basically just like wash my hair. And that'll take like the rest of the night. Just kidding, but actually, yeah, not really. Again, not sure why Ursula Guin had 3 hours set aside every day for dinner. I've just never taken that much to cook and eat dinner in my life. I'm excited to get some reading done, and I'm excited for tomorrow to be the last day of this. Apparently, we're supposed to get hit pretty hard with the rain, so we'll see how that is. Either way, I'm just gonna be holed up inside. But okay, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. guess it is 7:04. I guess I woke up spectacularly late. I'm filming on my camera right now because it's pretty dark and cloudy outside. We're anticipating a hurricane to sweep through here. To recap, I have just a couple things left on my agenda. Basically just wrapping up my second application because I've been neglecting that because I've been having too much, or I was having too much fun with moths yesterday. And then I guess writing a little bit of moths, but right now I woke up late, I'm super sleepy, I desperately need like a really sugary coffee so I can crash later. Waking up at 5:30 is not it. Like I do technically wake up at 5:30 every day. I'm not filming it because I'm just lying in bed and I am crusty and awful, but I don't know if that's actually adding anything, mostly because I just end up falling back asleep, so I'm literally not doing it correctly. But I do like waking up early and having like 5 hours every day to write in the morning basically. As much as it doesn't look like it right now, I think a morning person. I just like set aside this chunk of time and I'm most productive during this time period anyway, so I have been able to get a lot done, although it doesn't feel like it most of the time when I'm doing my normal like writing routine, which I don't have much of a routine. I wake up a little bit later, I do a lot of chores, so I'm productive in like the chores way in the morning, and then I do a little bit of writing and I tend to be productive for that burst. But then as the day progresses, as we get into the afternoon and evening, I'm just not as productive with my writing. Setting aside everything else, and Ursula Guin specifically puts her house duties and correspondence at the tail end of the day in the afternoon after lunch, which I haven't been super great at keeping up with that, but I think that's like something nice to keep in mind. Those things can wait and they usually require less brain power, so it's okay to do them at a later time. So coffee, breakfast, and then back to it. And today's the last day, so I'll be free. Honestly, I don't know how this video will turn out. I feel like it's gonna be kind of weird, but that's okay. All right, ciao for now.
คอระฆังงองูจอจานฉอฉิงชอช้าง
Bro. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited because I got the bag that I'll be traveling through Southeast Asia with, and I think Monty might like it more than I do. Hey baby! Do you like it in there? You like it? Yeah, I'm gonna find cat hair all over my clothes. So it's actually 11:30, but I think I'm just gonna film this clip now. I don't know, I don't imagine that I'm going to get much more done today. So technically I have a lot more on the agenda for today. I'm supposed to finish writing at around noon, so I have another 30 minutes of that pretty much. And then 1 to 3 is reading, 3 to 5 correspondence. Basically just the parts of Ursula Guin's day that mirror my normal day, so I don't really see much point in like filming all of the minutiae, especially with this hurricane going on, and I kind of don't know what's gonna happen there. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry guys, I'm gonna end the video here. I'm kind of also not feeling it, so there's like a 50-50 chance that I'll review this footage and then end up not posting this vlog or redoing it at a different point. So my recap of the past couple days is that this is a schedule. I think the weirdest thing about this, the most challenging part, is waking up so early, but like I said, I'm already a morning person and I don't particularly find it difficult, especially since she's not actually getting up at 5:30. She's waking up at 6:15 and starting to write at 7:15. It is nice to have that allotted period of time from 7:15 to noon. I'm just repeating myself, but it's really nice to have that time to write, and I think that sort of mirrors like my best productivity time, so I've been able to get a lot of stuff done in the past couple days, which is usually my aim for these vlogs, is honestly just to get stuff done. The only thing is that I wish I could incorporate a little bit more of creative productivity later in the day. Everything else after lunch is pretty much just housekeeping, and again there's that mysterious 3-hour chunk of time for dinner. But yeah, I don't know, I think this was a success. Definitely more of a success than my Donna Tartt video, but it was really boring. Feel like there was nothing interesting, there were no breakthroughs here, I didn't particularly like challenge myself, so that's why I'm hesitating on whether or not I'm actually going to make this into a video or just have it as something that I did for myself. Depending on whether or not you're seeing this, my answer will be clear. For now, I just wanna live my life the way I want to and work the way I want to, and I've been able to find a little bit more inspiration for moths, so just kind of latching onto that while I've got it because it's been so rare lately. I'm also in a weird space in that I am packing up to leave the country for 6 months, and it's just sort of a weird like liminal space in my life right now, so I don't know if this was the best idea, but if this video came out and you watched it all the way through, thank you so much for doing that, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!